Welcome to the February 1st edition of JLR Sports Betting and Daily Fantasy. My name is Joseph Jocelevich, alongside my colleague Len Martin in what is the winter wonderland in the Northeast PA today. Len, how you doing?
Good, man. Just got done shoveling driveway out, so my back's a little hurting, but, good time to, put some stuff together and hopefully win some money tonight.
Absolutely. How many times did you have to shovel?
It was about 2 or 3, I'll probably be going after in another hour, go get it again. So it's just coming down, man.
Yeah, they said the worst is yet to come, so we got to see how that goes. Definitely getting your exercise in today, though.
Definitely.
All right. We got some exciting things that we want to talk about today, of course. Now, you've been on the heater, so I want to start there with hitting bets, and we're cashing lineups as well. So if you want to take a minute to just elaborate on, just the success that we've been having lately with especially your lineups.
Yeah, looking at a couple of lineups that I put in, I hit a few parlays, worth around that $45 to $50 range, and, TJ, he hit up a big lineup that cashed him about 150. And, you're right there. You have you're always one game away, and to figure out which game that is tough. I believe you lost on the Temple game yesterday, and they were a huge favorite, and the Cavs were a favorite yesterday. So, we're right there, and, we should have a lot more parlays coming your way, and, that's why you play the game, though, so we'll see. We'll see what happens in the next couple of days, and hopefully we can keep cashing out.
Yeah, I know why LeBron left Cleveland now.
Yeah. Cleveland doesn't rock.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. But we're going to get into it here. We'll start with, I believe, a parlay that you have going on today.
Yeah, we'll get right into it. So, so what you were talking about, I hit one last night. It was a 14 parlay. I took Kyrie Irving over 37.5 points, rebounds, assists. He got over the mark. With Harden out, I really like that play because, he's going to get a couple extra shots, a couple more assists. He's the general now on the floor. I had Siakam. I like that because Boy was out and Powell was out, so he needed to crash the boards more and be a little bit more aggressive on the offensive end, and I think he took a very good role in that. I also took Harris over 29 points, rebound, assist. With Embiid out, he needs to step up and be the guy when Embiid's out. So he did that, and they actually were down 20 at one point and then winning by 9. And he kind of rode them to the fourth quarter and to that victory. And I took Beasley, points, rebounds, and assists. He got over the mark. I saw they had a couple guys that were questionable, so I put him in. And, he had a good, solid scoring effort, and he got me over those points. The parlay that I'm looking at for tonight is okay. So I have Alexander from the OKC. He's been playing really well. He's scoring a lot of points. He's probably averaging the last couple of games around that 23 points per game. And, he's good for a bunch of rebounds and a bunch of assists. The last couple of games, he had 4 and 5, 7 and 8, 9 and 6. So he's good for about 14 to 16 assists and rebounds, however he wants to play it out. So I believe 30.5 is pretty generous. That is an alternate bet, but I do like him over that 30.5 mark. Zach LaVine over 32.5 points, rebounds, and assists. So pretty much he's the guy on that team. He's the guy that needs to score. He probably averaging about that 25 to 26 points per game, and he's also grabbing a bunch of rebounds and a couple of assists here and there. So 32.5, against a Knicks team that are giving up about 104 a game, and they're about the 14th ranked team for shooting guards. I can definitely see LaVine getting over that mark. The Greek Freak, 43.5. I don't really have to explain much there. The guy's playing still MVP type numbers. I know their record doesn't show it, but he's still putting up big fantasy numbers. I believe the last 5 games he's probably averaging around 30 points, and then he's I mean, the last 6 games he had a double-double. So he's good for about at least 25 and 10. And then you got to figure, all right, he's going to grab a couple assists here. So I could definitely see him going over that 43.5 mark. And they have a good matchup tonight. They're playing Portland, who Jurkic is out. So he should definitely control the boards. I know Canner's in there, but I think Canner's not going to match up with him. So I think he should have a favorable matchup there. My boy Jokic, over 38.5 points, rebounds, and assists. The last game out, he put up 47 points alone. Crazy stat is he played in 20 games and had a double-double in every game so far. So I get definitely 38.5, a guy that could score 20, 10, and 10. I like to look at it like that, where, he could get a triple-double any given night, and he's scoring at least 20 points at minimum a night. So 20, 10, and 10 takes you over that 38.5 mark. And, I mean, when he grabs the rebounds, he's putting up – I mean, he has potential to grab 15 or more rebounds too. And last but not least, I took Tyrese Halliburton. I took him because, he's been playing really well, and 16.5 is pretty good number for him. He's playing starter minutes, so the last 3 games, he's probably averaging about 31 minutes per game. He's been scoring about 8 to 9 points a game, but here's the difference. He could get rebounds and assists. Like, he's only a couple rebounds and assists away from getting a triple-double. And, he's coming into the lineup, and with him in the lineup, they're becoming more explosive. They could score a lot more and give Fox a helping hand. So 16.5 is definitely a mark where I think he can get over tonight. They're playing Sacramento, who's 21st in the league against point guards and shooting guards. So that's the matchups I like tonight. I put $7.85, whatever change I had, to win 41.67. Not a huge winner, but it's something that I feel comfortable with and something that I locked in. How do you feel about all those guys, Joe?
I feel actually really good about that. And that's the thing. You're putting a little bit and you're chipping away. It's almost like death by paper cut. And there's nothing wrong with that. If you can get a little here, a little there, it adds up. You don't have to get that $100 banger and, every time out. So, you can take what you get. And I like those numbers. I like the play. I like those plays. And a couple of those plays we're going to go over on my fantasy team, and that'll be coming up. But let's get back to Jokic, though, for a minute, if we could. Correct me if I'm wrong. He played in every game this year, to my knowledge. I don't think he had a game off. Is that correct?
No, he played in every game. They played 20 games so far, and he was in every game so far.
And he's making my money that I put on him to win the MVP. He look pretty damn good right now. So, because we got him, and I know you jumped on him too early when the odds were good, correct?
Yeah, I probably jumped on him about between that game 5 to game 8 slate. I got him at 30-1. I got him at 25-1. So, just sprinkling a couple dollars here and there, where, if he comes out and wins the MVP mark, you're talking about a $500 to $600 cash day. If he keeps playing the way he is, I mean, they have LeBron in the front running right now, but I mean, to average close to a triple double and to have double doubles in 20 consecutive games, and I think it's going to keep going. As a 5, how can you really not give it to him, man?
Something that gets looked over as well is I think he's, I believe, top 10 in steals per game.
Yeah, he's averaging just probably a little bit above that 1.7 to 2 steals per game mark as a center, you know what I mean? Which is like yet again unheard of. So, he's definitely putting up crazy numbers that we haven't seen in probably like 30, 40 years. So for him to be plus 500 right now is still a pretty good steal. If you could jump on him now and throw a couple bucks here and there, because if he has a big game tonight, I could see it dropping even more. So, just keep an eye on Jokic, how he's playing, and he might give you a nice payday at the end of the season.
No, absolutely, 100%. But we're gonna jump into a DraftKings lineup that we have tonight for fantasy. We're gonna play in a double up as well, so this is a cash lineup that we're gonna be playing. And we're going to start with the point guard position. We're going to go with Quickly from the Knicks at 5,300. So here's a guy who is coming off the bench, but he's playing 27 minutes. He had 21 minutes, but he's shooting the ball. He shot 16 times last time out. Before that, he shot the ball. What do we got here? Get my stats up here. He shot 16 times, and then the game before that, he shot 17 times. And actually, he played 27 and 25 minutes, put up 36 and 37 DraftKings points. I saw in Sports Center he idolized Lou Williams growing up, so a shooter. And they had a highlight of him hitting a floater just like Lou Will. So I mean, that's not a bad guy that you want to follow, and idolize, because the guy, he straight out balled for years and it's been a staple for years. But back to Quickly for a minute. Matchup with the Bulls tonight. I expect this game to go over 100. I think each team's going to hit that century mark, and which means there's points to be had. And we're looking at a guy that put up, again, 16, 17 shots. Now, he shot very well. He shot 9 for 16, 9 for 17. And if he continues that trend, we're looking at good shape. I'm looking to get at least 30 points out of him tonight, with maybe a ceiling for 40. You never know. Again, we're playing the Bulls, so points to be had. But yeah, I like this. This is a good starting place for 5,300 on a guy who's coming into his own. I can see this price, especially if he has a good game this time around. That price point's not going to stay at 5,300. You're looking more anywhere from maybe 57, maybe a $400 climb. So yeah, Quickly is where we're going to begin for the point guard position tonight. We're going to go down to shooting guard next, and we're going to fill this up with we're going to go to Sacramento and Halliburton for 5,200. And we're going to bring his statistics up. Again, this is a guy you went over him before a little bit, but last time out, he had 29.25 DraftKings points. This guy's playing starter minutes, 31, 33, 30 in the last 3 fantasy points. You're looking at 29 and a quarter. Then you're looking at 39 and then 21.5. I like the play. It's against New Orleans. Again, I expect this game to have points. And yeah, I mean, Halliburton, again, you're looking at 5,200 on a price tag. That's not bad. That means we're saving. We're under the marker, and we can spend up at other positions. That's exactly what we're going to do. So we're going to go and we're going to ride that with shooting guard tonight in an expected high scoring game. The next spot we're going to go to is the small forward position, and we're going to go with Keldon Johnson of the San Antonio Spurs. Now, Johnson has been consistent through the year so far. Last time out, he only had 21 minutes last time out, and it only resulted in 20 and a quarter fantasy points. But before then, he had a 38.75 DraftKings point outing. He had a 34.5 outing. So, and he shoots the ball. You're looking at a guy who shot only 3 for 6, but yeah, they only got 21 minutes the last time out. Before then, 9 for 14 on both occasions, and he was over 30 DraftKings points. And again, that's where I have him tonight at 30. I see he scored 38, 34. I'm expecting 30 out of him tonight. Anything over 30 would be a bonus. So Keldon Johnson, that small forward. Next, we're going to move on to power forward, and this is where we're going to spend up, and we're going to go with the Greek Freak. I mean, this is what's you're going to make or break my team and our slate for tonight. Last time out, 72 DraftKings points. He's playing 39 minutes in back-to-back games. I mean, the production's there. I don't have to explain this pick, really. It's just a matter of whether this game is going to blow out or whether it's going to be close. I hope Dame keeps it close. Again, on numerous podcasts and numerous shows, I said until McCollum and Nurkic come back, it's going to be the Dame show. So hopefully he can keep it close and get his tonight. And I like the Greek Freak. especially in a close game. I have him projected for 60 fantasy points tonight. So the 60 will be the mark that I have him. Anything over 60 is a bonus. Going to go on to the center position next with a guy who's been playing really good, actually, since he's come back off of injury, and that's going to be Cody Zeller. Last 2 games, or actually, we'll go over the last 3 games. He had 34 minutes the last time out. He had 15 points, 7 assists, or excuse me, he had 15 rebounds, 7 assists to go along with, where's the points here for him? Actually, let's go with the rebounds and assists because it looks like, oh, he had 7 points. So he had 15 rebounds, 7 assists, 7 points. My bad. My computer actually glitched out there. But, yeah, it was good for 37.75 DraftKings points. Before that, he played 26 minutes for 24.5. And then before that, the outing before that, he had 37 even. A guy that, again, is coming in. He's playing good. And I expect him – my expectations for him would be the 30-point mark. Again, another guy that can give you 30 plus. That would be great. But I have him penciled in for about 30 tonight. We'll see where it goes. 5,300. Again, you're saving on salary, and you can afford the guys that could get you over the threshold here, and we'll be getting into that coming up. But yeah, Cody Zeller, definitely a good play tonight at 53. Going to go down to the guard position next, and we're going to go with Theo Meldon for Oklahoma City. He's 4,300. I believe he started the last 2 games. He's playing 30. He played 33 minutes last time out. He had 24 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists in that time. That was good for 36.75 DraftKings points. The outing before that, we're looking at 30 minutes. He had 11 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists. Here's a guy who's he's playing starter minutes, and they need somebody besides Horford and the point guard there, that Giles, to step it up. And he's been doing it. I mean, 36 and 24. He's getting minutes. That's the important thing here. And we're looking at 33 and 33, or 30 and 30 minutes. Looking good as far as this pick. 4,300. If he's playing starter minutes, so 4,300 at starting minutes is pretty good, and the production's good. So we're gonna ride that and see where it goes. Again, another guy I haven't projected for 25 fantasy points tonight. So if he can get 25, in between 25 and 30 is what I have him projected at. We're going to move on to the forward position with Isaac Okoro for the Cleveland Cavs. He's 3,700. Guy that's playing starting minutes for 3,700. Not bad. He ran last night. I knew they ran last night because I lost my bet. But again, he had 22 fantasy points. Played 32 minutes. Had 13 points, 2 rebounds, 4 assists. Not so good previous to that. He only had 10.75 DraftKings points in 32 minutes. Played 37 minutes before then, 25.5 with 10 points, 2 rebounds, 6 assists. I like him. I like the play for 37. He's gonna start, or if he does play starter minutes and he gets anywhere from 25 to 30 minutes, I like this as just almost like a punt play. Somebody that could potentially get you 20 points for a cheap price. So at 3,700, I don't mind it. And like I said, I'm looking for anywhere from 20 to 25 DraftKings points tonight. And that would be the marker that we're looking at. We're going to wrap up here with utility, and we're going to go to Trae Young. Trae Young's been on a tear lately. On the season-wise, he's averaging 27 points, a little over 4 rebounds, 8.5 assists per game. He just came off a game where he played 34 minutes. He had 41 points, 3 rebounds, 5 assists, 53 DraftKings points. Before then, he's over 50 DraftKings points in his last 3 games. He's just straight balling right now. 41 points, 28 points, 38 points. The game before then, he had 43. This guy's really pouring it on right now. They have the Lakers tonight, so he's going to have to score. Buckets aren't going to be easy to come by, but again, if they're going to be in the game tonight, Trae Young's going to have his. I believe he can exploit the matchup in the front court, and he could find those guys too. So he's going to have to make plays, especially if Anthony Davis doesn't play tonight. He's going to have to make plays. He's going to have to make plays in the backcourt. He's going to have to make plays and dish the ball to the front court so they could have the opportunity to score. LeBron's going to bring it tonight. So on the flip side of that, Trae Young's going to have to be ready. This is a statement game for Trae Young. Where are we at? And he's going to match up against LeBron, and where are we at as far as Trae Young goes? So that would be our lineup for DraftKings. I have a projection and this to go to 270 DraftKings points, and that's the low ball. Like I said, that can go higher. Hopefully it doesn't go lower, but it can definitely go higher. So what are your thoughts on that lineup, Lynn?
Yeah, I like it a lot. I mean, you were talking about Haverton here, what's clutch for him is, George is out, so they're going to have to pretty much rely on him a little bit more. And he's going to have to just get after, I think he will definitely score his amount of points, and, he's going to definitely pick up some extra minutes like you were talking about. And, I think Trae Young should have a big game, and the Greek Freak, they all should put up, between the both of them, they should score over 100. And then, you need those guys at around that 5,200 to 5,500 range to pretty much, give you that solid, 30, 40 fantasy points. And, you put the team in and we'll see what happens, man. It looks good on paper. We'll put it out there and we'll see what happens,
It always looks good on paper, doesn't it?
Always.
But is there anything else we want to go over here?
No, sounds pretty good,
Yeah, is there anything else that you want to bring up?
No, I think we're pretty good. One other thing I might want to bring up is everyone take a look at 6th man of the year, Jordan Clarkson. I put money on him early when he was plus 300, and when he was about plus 175, I think I got him. I put a $100 bet on him when he was at 300 to win 400. And then another $40 winner to win 110. So I know his odds drop now, but I think he's a clear favorite for 6th man of the year. And, I think a $100 bet might win you 70. So about 170 now. But when I look at the other guys in the lineup, there's nobody even close to him that's in 2nd place, so definitely jump on him now before he has a big game coming up, and, he's putting up numbers. So, I can see his odds dropping from 150 to maybe minus 200, minus 250. So if you're going to jump on him now.
That could happen quick. That could happen really quick because it already dropped how much over the last couple of weeks. He's, like you say, he's a clear cut as of right now, barring any injury. If he continues to play the way he has been, he's definitely going to be that 6th man of the year. Now let's since we're talking about awards, we mentioned Jokic, and we mentioned Clarkson. Now the most improved player, if you want to go over that for a minute.
Yeah, we have, it's a coin flip, you have Christian Wood from Houston, and you have Grant from Detroit, and it's going to be hard to give it to the one and not the other. They're both playing really, really good. And, I think Brown from the Celtics is starting to creep up in that lineup too. So, yeah, you're talking about 3 guys that could potentially get it. And it's the same with the MVP. There's a bunch of coin flips where it's okay, every game matters at this point. And, I think it's a coin flip between those 2, and then Brown's coming in. It could go to anybody. It's going to be the middle and the end of the season that we're going to find out who's going to be the clear-cut favorite. But as of right now, we just don't know.
Absolutely. No, I just want to put a reminder out there that we will be doing a Super Bowl show the day of the Super Bowl. We're going to have a couple guests come on as well, and they'll be giving us some of their picks and best bets. I'm not going to say they're degenerate gamblers or anything, but they're going to give us their best plays, and probably, if I have to imagine, someone's going to bet the coin toss. So they'll give you their expertise, and that's going to be a great show. That's just going to be, open discussion. We're going to break down the game and just give, like I said, the best picks. We'll pick our winners, outright winners, and just give a little bit of analysis on what we think is going to happen. Apparently, I'm the only one that is on Tampa Bay right now. I feel like everywhere I'm looking, it's all Kansas City. But come Sunday, I'll break down the reasoning why I'm backing the Bucks, and it should be a fun show. I can't wait. And after that, I mean, we're gonna have a show too to discuss the NFL, the year that was. So probably after the Super Bowl, we'll do that. We'll recap the year. Already some big things happening. I mean, Matthew Stafford, they trade Stafford and Goff. That's gonna have huge impacts, I think, on the NFC West. I mean, the Rams, they're gonna bring back one of the best defenses in the league, the best defensive player in the league. And now you got a quarterback that can, zip the ball. So, and they're a good running back. Cam Akers had a pretty good year, right?
Yeah, no, he played pretty solid. I mean, I took him a bunch of times on fantasy, and he did me good. So, they'll definitely have a good team coming up, and we'll definitely give that breakdown in probably a couple weeks.
Absolutely. Well, if you're going to play our plays today, whether it be the parlay or if you want to get in on the fantasy, good luck to you. And hopefully we'll be your cashing tickets, and everybody have a great day.
Yeah, have a good one. And remember, we have a Facebook page now, JLR Sportsbook. So give us a look, and give us a like and give us a couple comments on there, all right? So you guys have a good day and good luck on your bets.